As Ranga, what we are experiencing in India is that it's the first time ever that digital migrants are bringing up digital natives in most of the country. So, parenting has been, it has been a tradition, it has been transferred over the ages, but the internet has changed it, and technology has really stepped in for a lot of us. What are your readings about it, or how do you see technology changing parenting?
Yeah, in so many ways. And frankly, in many ways, not for the better. So I know I have two boys that are 20 and 18. And one of them just recently said to me, Mom, you really should not have given me a phone when I was in grade 7, because then I stopped reading books. And I thought, oh my gosh, your children say things to you later that at the time, because he had been asking me for a phone for a couple of years before that. I really think that the parents who are raising children today, I hope that you benefit from the ignorance and the mistakes that parents who are raising middle school and high school children, in the last 10 years, that you benefit from the mistakes and the ignorance and now the awareness that we have. So I think there's a couple of things. One is that parenting became even more of a competitive sport, that we had a way to show what looked like our perfect families and our perfect family, and get even more ego-driven and narcissistic about our families and our children. And so Facebook became this thing where you were showing, your children's achievements, this humble bragging thing of like just constantly putting up what your children were doing. And our children's anxiety got worse. One of the reasons why is they were constantly seeing that their parents were showing this perfect image of their families, when in fact, all families are messy, all of them, no matter how wonderful we look, no matter how beautiful our houses, no matter what schools our children go to, we're all messy. And our children know that. And when they see that we're putting up this perfect image, this mirage on social media, they don't like it. The second part is that it destroyed, we talk about that we have no privacy anymore, and children had no privacy because they're sharing information. But the people that are sharing the information about our children, first and foremost, besides the social media companies that are taking our information, but it's parents. It's parents who are posting pictures of their children. It's parents who are giving information. It's parents who are taking away the privacy of our children from the time now that they're born. So I think parents actually need to be self-reflective of how they are contributing. And then the other part is we say things to kids like, you're addicted to your phone, but we're addicted to our phones. So we don't have a lot of credibility when we say this to our kids. So that's one bucket of like things we need to face. The other is that we need to get very clear that our children cannot withstand social media, so cognitive psychologists who are working at these companies, who all they do is try and figure out how to make our children stay on these platforms, and also how to make them feel insecure, and how to make them feel that they're constantly comparing to other people. And so one of the things I can tell you is, yes, it's a tool and we are using it, but we also need to talk to our children honestly about our own behavior. And we need to say, look, basically there's 3 buckets of how we use technology and social media. One is we do things to connect with people, which is great. The second is we do things to create things, which is awesome. Like, kids create the coolest stuff with technology. And the third is consumption, which is when we sit in our rooms and we like scroll through YouTube, or we scroll through Instagram mindlessly. And when we are doing something mindlessly, we are not in control of ourselves. Somebody else is in control of us. And those are the social media platforms. And so we need to talk to our children about this. And we 100% need to support schools to be able to teach this to our children, even if it makes us uncomfortable, even if sometimes the schools are going to have to talk to them about topics that make us feel like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're talking about this, because young people are seeing it. So we have to be able to teach them in a way that they can relate to and young people can really learn.